Hi, my name is Amr Sherman. My student number is 100996742. This is my GitHub repository. Here is my GitHub history if you are interested. And here is my GitHub URL. So we will just copy this URL, go right here, git bash. We'll just clone using that link that we just copied. All right, perfect. Now we just go to Eclipse and we just import this project. Go to General, Existing Projects into Workspace, Browse, go to A3, that's the folder, then Finish. All right, now I'll just wait a little bit for it to build. And perfect. Okay, now if you go to CRC, you see three folders. We have Cucumber, Cucumber 2, Cucumber 3. This is where all my test files exist. Basically all my features. For Cucumber, Cucumber is responsible over the valid test paths, the valid test cases. And 2 is responsible over all the invalid test cases. And 3 is responsible over 2 students trying to register for one course with the cap size of 1. All right, so how these basically operate is that these features basically run either the server or the client on test mode. And what test mode is, it is just Cucumber runs the server or client on test mode, and what happens is that it just allows complete automation of the system. Everything is inputted automatically, and the term ends in 18 seconds. Why 18 seconds? Because you know, the system just takes too long with 20 seconds a day kind of thing. I just made it to be as 6 seconds for each deadline, so it takes 6 seconds for the term to start, 6 seconds after that for the term for the registration to end, and 6 seconds for after the registration ends for the term to end. So let me just show you where this happens, just in case you are interested. So it's in university, and this only happens when you run it on test mode, basically. So here, if you run it on test mode, 6 seconds after that starts, another 6 seconds, registration ends, then another 6 seconds after it ends, registration, term ends completely. All right, so let's just focus on, for now, on Cucumber, on this folder. And this folder, again, is responsible over the valid test paths. So what I do is I run all these in parallel in order to get the most, the best result. Like, this will only work when run on parallel. So how I do this is I just go to run configurations and I used launch groups. So when you import this project, these should be imported as well. You should have these, and this just allows basically all the feature files to be run in parallel correctly. And as you can see, yeah, everything should work, but we can't run it just yet. And it's weird because this happens because Eclipse does not recognize Cucumber features until they are run at least once. So for us to fix this, we're just going to have to run all these features. And I'm sorry if this is a little tedious, just run them all and just after that, just terminate them, exit them. This is just basically just for us to get Eclipse to recognize these features again. Almost there. And right now I'm doing this for the features of the valid test cases. After that, we can just terminate everything. You don't need them. All right, now if we go back to run configurations, as you can see, all the Cucumber features are now, for the valid paths, are now recognized. We go to assignment 3 valids and we see them. Okay, before I go anywhere, assignment 3 valids is for testing for these files for the valid paths. A3 invalids is for testing the Cucumber 2 files for the invalid path, and this one is for testing the Cucumber 3 files, which is 2 students registering for one course with cap size 1. So let's just start with this. So let's just run this, and as you can see, this whole system should end in 18 seconds. So you can just look at what happens, and after it's done, we can examine the information that we have. So just waiting for it to end. Registration ends. 6 more seconds, and it will end the term. Here you go. Okay. So let me explain where I derived these tests first of all. So these tests were derived from step 6 from the use case sequences, and these basically, obviously, I derived them from the totem activity diagram. And this is where basically I got every single possible test path that is valid possible, and with these basically I just managed to basically snatch each single use case in one of these sequences. So all of these use cases get basically get like you reach these use cases at least once, and a lot of these you reach more than once. So yeah, we get to these use cases, to all the use cases within taking these paths. And I did use the scope of 3 clerks, 4 students, and 5 courses. I did respect that just to get the most just to do this properly and how JP wants this. So yeah, right. So let's see what happens here. So in the system, so this is me basically satisfying use case 13, which has not been implemented prior to me implementing it. So I implemented it, and what happens is just basically after the term ends, all students that basically finish the term while registered to a course get outputted after the term ends. And if they have more than one course, they will get outputted. Their other courses will get outputted as well. So here, Sarah was student number this, fulfilled the course of 3007, course code, whatever. And yeah, you'll see the case where they finish more than one course in the invalid tests, I believe. Anyway, let's go to here. Okay, so this is for, just to explain just a little bit better, so this is for the sequence BC, and BC is basically clerk logs in, then he logs out. That's it, very simple. This is the shortest one, I believe. So if we go here, as you can see, greeting to start, who are you, clerk, please input the password, admin, and then it says welcome clerk number 1. And as you can see here, I also added like a numerical variable to each clerk so they can be distinguished. And then what can I do for you? Log out. And this is it, it's satisfied. Then we go to clerk number 2, welcome clerk number 2. I do the same thing, I log in, blah blah, I create a student, success, then I delete the student, here you go, I input this, and then I create a course, please input course details, blah blah, whatever, success. Then please select from the menu, I delete the course, and I input this, and success, as you can see. So this is clerk 2, also successful. Clerk number 3, okay, this is like the longest one maybe. Let's just do this. So who are you, clerk, admin, clerk number 3, welcome. So here I create a course, etc, etc. As you can see, I create a bunch of courses here just so we can play with that, so we can have the right scope, because we need 4 courses, I believe. Create course again, create course. I do all this course creation. Oh, and also I create the students, sorry, because we also need 4 students. Then what else do I do here? Oh, and here I also test canceling a course. So what I did here is just basically I delayed the system by, I don't know, was it 10 seconds or something, 11, 12 seconds after I created all the courses, just for me to be basically in the right, because I believe you have to, yeah, you have to, after registration period, and this is when you can cancel a course. So this is what I did, and I just did this all in the, like a lot of this was implemented in the AT client, I believe. Yeah, so if you go here, this is where you'll see a delay. This is where basically you set all the inputs to be inputted to the system. So clerk number 3, so here, yeah, so I make the thread sleep for 12,000 seconds, and then I cancel the course just to make sure I'm in the right period, so it would be so I would be able to basically cancel a course successfully. And I do cancel a course successfully and success. Okay, so now we go to student 1. Student 1 is simple, we just log in and then we log out, and then here select a course. Okay, this is for student 2. We log in, we select a course, success, and then register for course, register for it, success. Then I want to deregister for it, success again, then I just log out. Very simple. Then we have student 3. Again, I log in with these details. Then I want to select a course, and then I just register for it. Success. Okay, this is the last student. Login, student login. Then I select a course. As you can see, everything is just automated. We got all the results. Then when I drop a course, and I believe dropping, I also fixed dropping to actually work how it's meant to work. And it's basically you can drop a course anytime before the term ends. So here, the same thing. With the use of AT client, I just delayed. I just made the thread sleep until it's time, until I can be eligible to basically drop a course. If I can show you here, it's not here. It's here somewhere, here, right here, I believe. Yeah, so I just delayed it like 5 seconds. Is it this one? Yeah, must be. Yeah, because this is also already delayed for about 5 seconds before. Because if you go to, where is it? If I go to student 4 test here, I make it sleep 5 seconds anyway. You know what I mean? Like before I even start the system. So yeah, it makes sense. And yeah, I just drop it and like it gets dropped successfully. Perfect. So this is for the valid paths. Now so we can close these now. Okay, we don't need these anymore. Okay, now for testing the invalid paths, it's going to be the Cucumber 2 file again. We have these 3 feature files. So just go to run configurations. It should be these. Okay, now again, these need to be run first for them to be recognized. So just quickly run them. All right, perfect. They're all run. You can just terminate them now. And now we can run them in parallel correctly. I added one extra commit just now, just a small little fix. Just wanted to make sure everything is fine before I record for this part. And yeah, anyway. So let us run the configuration for the invalids. So again, we just go to A3 invalids. This will run the invalid test cases in parallel. All right, so we will just wait 18 seconds, just like we did last time. And as we wait, I will just quickly tell you where I derived my invalids. And for my invalids, I derived them from step 5 of part 1. I just went through all the possible valid, there's only one valid path for each of them, but there are, like in this section at least for step 5. But in step 5, I did derive multiple paths for some of these invalid cases. You know, like for example, like for like registering for a course. Is this? Yeah, I believe this is for registering in a course. So we have like 4 invalid paths here, you know, and like, you know, because sometimes you can have the wrong input when inputting the course code. You could input the wrong course code, or you can just you know, like sometimes you can just do it after okay, like not like before registration period starts, and that's false. Or you can do it maybe after registration period ends, which is also false. Like that's another false. So I just like played around with these and just tried to come up with a lot of invalid cases. So this is what I will be showcasing. So let me just end this now. So 18 seconds have passed, term ends, and as you can see here, Joe fulfilled his course and this, and he actually had another course that he took. He took this one too, so he fulfilled 2 courses, and that just gets input after the term gets ended. So let's go to the clerk. So here we just have 1 clerk and 1 student. That's all it is, and they just test everything. So greetings to start. Who are you, clerk? Please input password. I input the wrong password on purpose just to test that functionality, and then I just enter the real password, and it says welcome clerk number 1. And as you can see here, It's labeled here. We have clerk number 1, and there's only one clerk here. I want to create a course. I input this. I think the course code must be 6. I put here an extra digit, as you can see, so it won't work. Then it forces me to re-enter, and I just put the right one. I want to create another course, and I put the exact same input as this one, and the course already exists, so it doesn't work. So here you go, that's another test. And then I just input this, so I can just test it with the student later, I believe. And then here I want to cancel a course, so I input this, and it says course cannot be canceled before registration ends. That's another test. Here I want to create a course. I create this. No, what do I create? Okay. So here, yeah, I just create this course. I use it later, I'm pretty sure. Okay, and then I want to delete a course. I put a course code that is not from this list, so the course doesn't exist, it doesn't work. Then I want to create a student. I want to create Joe, but here, as you can see, I put an extra digit, and so it tells me student number must be 9, so it's invalid. So yeah, like for each use case, a lot of these use cases for like they have multiple invalid paths, and I made sure to take them all and just showcase them. And yeah, I create a student. I create Will here. Okay, what can I do for you? I want to delete the course. I input the wrong input here for deleting a course. Student does not exist. Here's another path. Then I want to delete the student. I delete for real now this time. I don't really need him. Then here I tried to cancel a course, and now I can cancel a course, right? So what I did here, if I go to AT client, is I also played with the times. I just delayed the whole system by, I don't know how many seconds, I forget, to be honest. And yeah, that just made me basically go past the registration end time, I believe. If it was, I think it was that. I think the clerk should be in this one. Yeah, so yeah, I delay it 12 seconds so I can cancel a course, and I cancel that value. Let me just make sure it's the same one. Yep, it's that one. And then it says course does not exist. So yeah, like this is the right time, but I inputted the wrong one, so it doesn't work just because the course code just does not exist, even though, you know. So I just wanted to show that I am at the right time slot. It's just the course code is just wrong. So here now I want to create another student, but I can't because the term has ended. And here, just please select, I think I just inputted a space here on accident, so it should be fine. I want to delete a student. Try to delete this student, but the term ends. I can't delete the student after the term ends. Then I want to cancel a course. Try to cancel this, and this is the correct input, but the term ends and I can't do it. So this is all the invalid paths that a clerk can take. So let's look at the student. So who are you? I'm a student. I input everything here, but it's an invalid student number. It does not exist, so it re-prompts me to enter the right one, and I do. So I want to select a course. I select this. This does not exist, you know, so it re-prompts me to put this. I do it, and it's success now. Select a course. I select this, and it says unable to select this course because it doesn't exist, because I already selected it. And then I want to register for a course. I register for this, and it says registration has not started. And yeah, this, mind you, this is before the registration starts. Then I believe I delayed the system. Then I can show you again. Like 6 seconds was it, maybe? I delay it so I can test it later, and you'll see that also. Just to make sure you understand what's happening, I'll show you. It's right here. Yeah. So this is all before registration starts. I only delayed it by a second, and as I said, deadlines happen every 6 seconds. Yeah, so we're still within here. And then I just sleep it for 6 seconds here, and at the end I sleep for another 6 seconds, and then another 6 seconds, just to make sure I capture all kinds of functionality and all kinds of invalid paths. Anyway, let's go back here. Okay, so it says where was I was at registration hasn't started or whatever, right? Yeah, registration has not started here. Let's select a course. I do this. It's unable to select this course, doesn't exist. It's not a thing. I try to deregister a course. I don't have any available courses. I input anything anyway, but registration has not started. So yeah. Then I want to drop a course. Again, no available courses. I do this, and course cannot be dropped before registration ends. This is what I get inputted. Please select on menu, register for course. Okay, this is after registration starts, so it works now finally. I want to deregister in a course. I give it wrong input, give it an extra digit here, so it doesn't work. Then I get reprompted to give the right input, and I do that. Select course here, success. Register for course, success. Okay. Then here, I try to drop this course, but I can't drop it before registration ends. Again, I just want to emphasize that I did implement the drop functionality as it should be done. The bonus that Professor JP basically talked about, I did implement that. So my drop is different from the default drop that's there, and I can only drop basically after registration ends. Where was I? Okay, I'm just a little lost to where I am. All right, here. Yeah. So yeah, I can't drop before registration ends. So I select the course, or select this, register. Okay, I do a few things here. Then I try to register for a course, input a wrong, input anything, and it just tells me registration has finished. So I'm basically too late. Then here I try to re-register, same thing, registration has finished. I can't do that. I try to drop a course. I put the wrong info here, and I'm not able to drop the course despite me being at the right time slot because I gave the wrong input. And please input course info, course code. I put this to drop a course, and this is after a term ends, I believe. Yeah, let me just make sure I know what I'm talking about. And yeah, it doesn't work because the term ended. Just confirm. It's this one. Yeah, that's after I delayed another 6 seconds, and I dropped the course and it doesn't work, and I just exit the system from here. So yeah, this is basically the invalid path. Now all I need to do is just show you 2 students trying to register for one course, and we should be done. I just want to say that I added another commit just to make things a little prettier. Nothing too crazy, nothing really changed. Okay, so the last thing we want to do is just run this. So the last test that I want to show you is just 2 students trying to register for one course with cap size of 1, as I mentioned before. So we go to our run configurations, same kind of thing. We just need to run them all so Eclipse can recognize them as features. I'm sorry for putting you through this again. I know it's a little tedious. I hope you don't mind. All right. One last time, I promise. That's the last one. All right, here we go. Now we can just close them all. All right. So let's go to run configurations. Can we run it? Yes, we can. So let's just run it, see what happens. And yeah, let's just wait the full 18 seconds, see what happens. All right. Registration ends, 6 more seconds. Let's see if only one student got in. Yep, here we go. One student got in, and it was Joe. So perfect. So I had these 2 students fight for getting this last course, and this just proves that the cap size has been enforced in this system, because only one of the students got in. So let's see what happens. So here we have the clerk. He just logs in, you know, he just creates the course with cap size of 1, success, and he just creates 2 students, Joe and Will. Let's go to Joe. So Joe is the student who gets it. What can I do for you? Select course, selects the course, and he registers for it. And at the same time that this is happening, we have here the second student, Will, trying to do the same thing. He selects it, success, he registers for it, but he doesn't get it. Unable to register for this course because course is full. And yeah, we just end the system from here. And this is pretty much it. I think I covered everything. If you need any help navigating through the system or getting it to run or anything, please email me at almersherman@cma.carleton.ca. I will also provide a README file with my email and any other details that you need to know, just in case. Thank you so much.